Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yang berbahagia, Professor Dr. Muhammad Khairul Iqbal bin Muhammad Amin, Deputy Director General of Higher Education for Research International, Higher Education. Yang berbahagia, Professor Dr. Nur Saadah binti Abdul Rahman, Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation, University Malaya. Yang berusaha, Associate Professor T.S. Dr. Ramzah Dambul, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Research and Innovation, University Malaysia Sabah. Yang berbahagia, Professor Dr. Muhammad Shafri bin Muhammad Rahim, Director of Institute for Life Ready Graduate, UTM Ilig, University Technology Malaysia. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Dr. Nuraini binti Idris, Chairperson of National STEM Association. Yang berusaha, Dr. Muhammad Suzirin Mat Jamil, Director of Holistic Student Division, Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Higher Education. To all Deputy Vice Chancellor and all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening ceremony for Virtual Convention My STEM Ambassador 2020. To bless our event for today, I would like to call upon Mr. Fikri Hakimi to recite the prayers.
Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Praise be to God, the Lord of the world. Peace and blessings be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, and for those who follow his example to the Judgment Day. Allahumma ya Allah. On this blessed morning, in conjunction with the virtual convention, My STEM Ambassador, we beseech thee and grateful towards you in favor of all the infinite blessings to us. Your humble servant to live in safe and prosperous life. We seek your blessing for a flawless progress of this event from the beginning till the end. We seek your guidance to steer clear of events that would detrimental the progress of this event. Ya Latif, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman. Please bless us with your tawfiq and hidayah. Please guide us to greatness, peace, glory, and prosperity in this world and the hereafter. Make us a responsible intellectual. Granted us with a valuable knowledge that will be beneficial to mankind in order to gain your mardatillah. Make us your righteous servant that follow your commands and neglect the sinful act. Please forgive us for our wrongdoing. Ya Munzil al-Barakah. Bestow peace to our beloved country, Malaysia. Preserve us from any threat and disaster, neither man-made nor natural disaster. And to you, Ya Allah, we ask for security and prosperity upon us, our leaders, and our country. Bestow patience in us in order to face the challenges from you. Please accept our deeds and please reward us accordingly. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أدبنا وإليك المصير. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين يا رب العالمين.
Ameen, Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Thank you, Mr. Fikri Hakimi, for the heartwarming prayer. I am Farish Daniel, your MC for today. On behalf of the organizers, it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to the virtual convention of My STEM Ambassador 2020. This virtual convention is organized by the collaboration of university students from University of Malaya, University Technology Malaysia, and University Malaysia Sabah, and supported by the Holistic Student Division Department of Higher Education. For your information, it started in December 2020 until February 2021. This program includes educational and learning opportunities such as webinars, workshops, competitions, forums, virtual science fair, virtual exhibitions, and many other exciting activities and programs. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to invite Yang Berbahagia, Professor Dr. Nur Saadah binti Abdul Rahman, Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation, University Malaya, to give her speech. Please welcome.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Yang berbahagia, Profesor Dr. Muhammad Khairul Iqbal bin Muhammad Amin, Deputy Director General of Higher Education for Research, International Ministry of Science, the Ministry of Higher Education. Yang berusaha Associate Professor TS Dr. Ramzan Ambu, Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation, University Malaysia Sabah. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Muhammad Shafri bin Muhammad Rahim, Director of Institute for Life Ready Graduate or UTM I-League, University of Technology Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Datuk Dr. Nuraini binti Idris, Chairperson of the National STEM Association. Yang berusaha Dr. Muhammad Suziri Muhammad Jamil, Director of Holistic Student Division, Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Higher Education, to all Deputy Vice Chancellors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all. On behalf of the University of Malaya, I am pleased to welcome you to the virtual convention of MySTEM Ambassador 2020. I was informed that the virtual convention of MySTEM Ambassador is one of the biggest STEM virtual events organized by University Malaya with the support of the Holistic Student Division, Department of Higher Education at the Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia, and in collaboration with University Technology Malaysia and University Malaysia Sabah. I am very happy to know that this virtual program are actively participated by university students known as MySTEM Ambassador. We've been talking a lot about the fourth industrial revolution or IR 4.0. So this is how we can utilize IR 4.0 and the technological advancement of today to share and transfer knowledge in spite of the COVID pandemic situation limiting our movement these days. So well done, my STEM Ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, the path towards the future is not very apparent to our young people. They are constantly dealing with evolving technologies that will change work pattern and economic climate. The impact of digital disruption is felt across the university, and we need to ensure that our students are prepared to be innovative, flexible, and confident with the skills that we need to thrive in the future. Building science, technology, engineering, and mathematics or STEM, literacy in students today is fundamental to achieving this. It is important that our local graduates are sufficiently prepared and trained to meet the challenging industrial demands. Thus, university students should equip themselves with various soft skills such as creativity, communication, critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, and flexibility, as these are important as technical skills and knowledge for future work and employment. Opportunities for organizing programs involving oneself in extracurricular activities and active learning can all contribute to this development of the skills. As a university, it is our duty to strengthen the quality of STEM education. We have been practicing the quadruple helix ecosystem in our education delivery, which demands a perpetual commitment from the government, industry, academia, and the community. Our mission is to advance knowledge and learning through quality research and education for the nation and humanity. To achieve this, we have to intensify our efforts in enhancing the university's visibility through internationalization, collaboration, and strategic partnership with industries and stakeholders. The virtual convention of MySTEM Ambassador is a good platform to inspire and engage, as well as empower participants to expand knowledge and gain valuable skills in STEM, and hopefully help them pursue a job in the STEM area. There are many interesting programs to be discovered from December 2020 to February 2021, and they are all free. We have webinars, dialogues, workshops, competitions, forum, virtual science fair, virtual exhibition, and many other exciting activities and programs. For example, after this event, there will be a dialogue session entitled STEM Dialogue to Ignite and Inspire STEM Talents. This is an opportunity for all participants to have a virtual discussion with the panelists. So last but not least, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all stakeholders for your contributions. To all participants, thank you for committing your time and energy towards this convention. And thank you everyone for joining us today, and I wish you all a very successful event. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Professor Dr. Nur Saadah binti Abdul Rahman for that insightful speech. Next, we would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Professor Dr. Muhammad Khairul Iqbal bin Muhammad Amin, Deputy Director General of Higher Education, Research and International, Department of Higher Education, to give the opening ceremony speech and to officiate our ceremony. Please welcome.
Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Nur Saadah binti Abdul Rahman, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Universiti Malaya. Yang berbahagia Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Ramzah Dambul, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Universiti Malaysia Sabah. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Muhammad Shafri bin Muhammad Rahim, Director of Institute for Life Ready Graduate, UTM ILIC, University Technology Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Datuk Dr. Noraini binti Idris, Chairperson of National STEM Association. Yang berusaha Dr. Muhammad Suzrin Mat Jamil, Director of Holistic Student Division, Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Higher Education. To all Deputy Vice Chancellors and all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. First and foremost, I would like to thank Universiti Malaya for inviting me to this virtual convention of my STEM Ambassador 2020. I am pleased to be here with all of you, albeit of course virtually. I'm also very glad to know that this event is organized in collaboration with students from Universiti Malaya, University Technology Malaysia, and Universiti Malaysia Sabah. The serious efforts in organizing this event are an indicator that they are very competent, holistic, and are on the right track to be future leaders. I would also like to congratulate the organizing committee for making the My STEM Ambassador program possible despite various challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Higher Education has initiated the My STEM Ambassador program to enhance the higher order thinking skills, communication skills, problem-solving skills, and lifelong learning skills among our students. We believe that those who join this program will be fully equipped with the required skills of the 21st century. In today's job market, there is a demand for those who can adopt and adapt to new technologies. Furthermore, in this competitive era, graduates are hired not only based on academic qualifications alone. Other skills and abilities are extremely important as well. In line with the industry's demands, the aim of this program is to empower students to become holistic leaders once they graduate. It intends to promote science, technology, engineering, and mathematics by providing a platform to discuss the opportunities and challenges faced by students during this unprecedented time. It is also a conducive space to cultivate students' confidence and offer prospects for students to boost their creativity, critical thinking, innovation, and social skills in managing virtual activities, which will enhance their employability in a competitive future. Respected attendees, this virtual convention has gathered university students and educators from various education institutions from the field of STEM, both locally and internationally. With the expertise of the educators and the eagerness of the students, I believe this convention is the best place for everyone to share their knowledge, skills, and experiences with each other. Through the span of 3 months, this convention covers various educational courses as well as other learning opportunities, such as webinars, workshops, competitions, forums, science fair, virtual exhibitions, and many other exciting activities and programs. Let us take this opportunity to benefit from all the events listed starting from December 2020 to February 2021. On behalf of the Ministry of Higher Education, I hope this event will encourage more STEM graduates to take on the task by inspiring others. Let this virtual convention of My STEM Ambassador to be the stepping stone to preparing our students in facing the technological revolution that is happening in Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end my speech, I would like to thank once again to the organizing committee for successfully putting together this timely event. We hope it will continue throughout the years in order to help increase the marketability of our graduates and to contribute to the economic empowerment of the country. The Ministry of Higher Education will remain supportive of such endeavors. On that note, with the recitation of the Holy Verse, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I hereby declare the virtual convention of My STEM Ambassador officially open. Thank you very much.
What is STEM? Is it just a subject? A career path? A discipline? No. STEM is more than just that. STEM is in our daily life. We revolve around it. And it revolves around us. We live in it, we breathe in it. How important can STEM be to us? To the community? The future of humanity that is slowly dying. How about the younger generation? The wide field of STEM. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. How has STEM changed the world? From breakthrough discoveries revolutionary technologies buildings and skyscrapers. What can you, the younger generation, contribute to support STEM? By attending more conferences, by building curiosity to explore STEM, or by seeking a role model for inspiration within ourselves. It all begins with you.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Professor Dr. Khairul Iqbal bin Muhammad Amin for officiating our ceremony. The previous video was made possible thanks to the technical team from Virtual Science Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our event for today. On behalf of the organizers, once again, I would like to thank all of you for your continuous support. We highly appreciate the presence of the esteemed guests of honor and all of you watching today. With that, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning I bid to everyone. All guests who are available are invited to stay for the dialogue session. The technical team will now display the tentative for the entire My STEM Ambassador convention. Please make sure that you join some, if not all, of the programs to build your skill set and make you stand out in this revolutionizing field. In conjunction with the virtual convention of My STEM Ambassador, we highly encourage you to take part as well in the activities and competitions that will be conducted by Virtual Science Fair 2021. Attractive prizes are waiting for each and every one of you, so check our website, Instagram, and Twitter for more updates. There will be 2 competitions. The first is Revolutionizing the Field of STEM in Malaysia competition, in which participants have to generate ideas on how to revolutionize the STEM field in Malaysia. And the second competition is a scientific fact competition, in which participants have to create a video regarding scientific myths, topics, or issues surrounding the world today, similarly to TED Ed videos. Thank you for attending the opening ceremony. With that, we will be taking a 5-minute break for the preparation for the STEM dialogue. Stay tuned and don't leave your seats because the dialogue is on the same channel and important topics will be discussed. I would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Professor Dr. Muhammad Khairul bin Muhammad Amin and Yang Berbahagia Professor Dr. Nur Saadah binti Abdul Rahman to the social lounge. Thank you, and I will pass the stage to Raja Aiman, the moderator of today's dialogue session.
Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. It is my great pleasure to have our excellent panels and everyone here. Welcome to the STEM dialogue session where we will be discussing a few STEM key points to everyone. My name is Raja Manukman and I will be moderating for this session. For your information, the goal here for the next hour is to ignite and inspire the STEM talent among us. Yes, that is everyone present here. Okay, so I have prepared a few questions for the panels for this discussion. At the end of this discussion, we will have a Q&A session for the participants. Before that, allow me to introduce our fellow panels and a short biography about them. Firstly, we have Yang Berbahagia, Professor Datuk Dr. Noraini binti Idris. Datuk Noraini has a wide field of interest. She is an educator, consultant, and distinguished mathematics educator. She received her doctorate in mathematics education from Ohio University, held the position of Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Research and Innovation at Sultan Idris Education University, Tanjung Malim. She is also an appointed President Indonesia, Malaysia Thailand Uninet STEM and Chairperson National STEM Movement. She is also a research fellow at the California State University, Long Beach, United States of America. And not to mention, she is also the president of the National STEM Association. Thank you, Doctor, for being here. Next, we have Ms. Nurul Ilyani binti Zaharuddin. Ms. Ilyani is currently a PhD student at the University of Malaya. She completed her Master of Science in Nuclear Technology, Nuclear Security and Safeguards at the Chulalongkorn University, Thailand in 2016. Before that, she received her Bachelor in Science in Nuclear Science in 2013 from University Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM. Being passionate in nuclear security field has made her become an ambassador for the WINS Academy as well as being a certified nuclear security professional. Thank you, Ms. Ilyani, for being here. And our third panel is Mr. Katiravan Anak Lelaki Kunasegaran, a Year 2 student in Bachelor of Science Multimedia Technology at University Malaysia Sabah Labuan International Campus. Currently, he is the president of the Faculty of Computing and Informatics Student Council. Mr. Katie lives by the motto inspired by Batman that said, "Why do we fall? So we can pick ourselves up." Without further ado, let's kickstart this discussion with Yang Berbahagia Professor Datuk Dr. Noraini binti Idris. Okay, Doctor, I'm going to give you a short introduction before we go to the question. Okay, science and technology and engineering and mathematics are important for building and maintaining the development of any successful country, from the medical scientists who develop treatments for diseases to civil engineers who design and build nations' infrastructure. Every aspect of human life is based on the discoveries and developments of scientists and engineers. My questions to you, Doctor: what do you think of the current progress regarding the STEM talent among the youth? And do you think we have enough sufficient STEM talent to prepare us for the future? Okay.
All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A very happy afternoon, everyone. And then thank you again, our moderator of today. Yes, this is a very, very interesting topic to talk about. The question just now, is it we have enough talent on the STEMs? If we look at the data, since 2012, there has been a decline from 29% to 23% until recently. Yeah, students taking pure sciences classes. So if the student is not able to be strong in terms of their maths and science, definitely Malaysia still need to work harder to make sure that we be able to have insufficient talents. When we talk about talents, we need people that youth, especially, they'll be able to innovate. They'll be able to have entrepreneurial mind. I used to call it STEMpreneur. Yeah. So at the moment, the data show, and today in the newspaper also, YB Kari, our minister for MOSTI, is also very concerned on this STEM talent, especially now we are in the fourth industrial revolution, where we need a lot of school children, lots of undergraduate students, and a lots of young people into technology, into science, into mathematics, into engineering. So when we talk about STEM talent, we have to look at two definitions. One is the STEM itself. When we talk about STEM, is a discipline of knowledge where the talents need to be aware on and understand basic concept on science. When you talk about science, we have to know about what is physics, what is mathematics, what is the chemistry, what is biology. So in the sense that all these discipline of knowledge among the sciences must be strong among the youth, and also and then it will bridge with the mathematics, and of course to engineer we need the technology. So that's how the STEM discipline of knowledge must be inculcated from young. That's why I always mention from cradle to career. So that is when we talk about the STEM talent, one perspective is the content of the science and mathematics, technology, engineering. Another thing is that they must also to become a good. They have the STEM talent. They must make sure they have a STEM skill. Yes, if they're strong in Pythagoras theorem, if they are strong in multiple regression, if they are strong in a concept of photosynthesis or nanotechnology or biotechnology, but they are not able to have a STEM skill like complex problem solving, like innovative, creativity, critical thinking. So in order for them to become a good STEM talent, they must be balanced between STEM's knowledge and also STEM skill. So as far as we are concerned in Malaysia, all of us needs to work very, very hard. That's why we suggest to Ministry of Higher Education, we come out with this STEM ambassador. So today, the function that we are working forwards, the way forwards to help our country is among our youth to promote the STEM talents. So this is in order to become a STEM ambassador, it's not just taking elective courses on STEMs. Doesn't matter whether you are from chemical engineering courses or from medical or whatnot, or from a legal lawyer, courses, you still need to learn about STEM knowledge and also STEM skill in order to fit into this fourth industrial revolution now. Because we know last time construction, we can use a lot of cement to build up to make a building, but now we use a 3D printer. All those the walls and everything is ready. So, but all these need a good programmer, a good artificial intelligence. So basic back to mathematics, basic back to the science. So in order to become a good talent, we need all our STEM ambassador of today and to really become the exemplar. And then we need to explore further in order to become, a country proud of our STEM talents and also STEM ambassador that we're doing today. So I think I'll pass back to our moderator first to get other people to chip in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. So in short, we are still looking for more STEM talent, and for everyone, you hear it, there's more room for you guys. Okay, so we will proceed for the next question. Thank you, Doctor. As we progress more and more, we will face new challenges that will make us better people. This certainly doesn't exclude of being a STEM member of the STEM community. So Mr. Katie, as one of the future STEM leaders, what are the challenges you face in order to stay passionate in the STEM field, especially during this pandemic condition?
Thank you to our moderator. So, first of all, staying passionate in this STEM field during this pandemic is not a problem. It's actually, to be honest, we are now more even passionate because our work field is even easier. We have to do everything through virtual. We can do programs virtually. We have more time and more team to dispatch virtually because everyone has to just stay at home and then do the events. But this doesn't mean we don't have any challenges at all. For instance, when we are at home, it's different from being in campus and doing works. When we are at home, we have commitments with our family, a part of our commitments with university, and also our personal leadership commitments like the STEM ambassador or student council and so on. So when it comes to this STEM ambassador commitments, we must able to manage our time properly in order not to collide with other commitments, and at the same time we also be able to give our best for the STEM community. And one of the another challenge we might face is also to bring ideas of programs that can actually um, that are able to communicate interactive activities virtually, because it's different from face to face. When it's face to face events, we can able to look at the audience, we can interact with them, we can talk with them, they can talk with us back. But when it's virtual, we have this barrier that we are unable to communicate with them well because of this internet problems and less participation and so on. So those are the challenges we face that can be taken care of. But if in this passionate thing, we are actually now even more passionate. Thank you, Brother Raja.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Katie. I see. So as everyone can see, Mr. Katie sees this new norm as an opportunity. He doesn't see it as a challenge, rather more than an opportunity. So in this opportunity, indirectly you will grow more virtual skills. As Mr. Katie stated that because normally all programs is done physically, but then now all programs will have to be done virtually and digitally. So indirectly you will be generating more critical thinking skill, creative thinking skill in order to generate this successful and interesting program. Thank you, Mr. Katie. Many successful people had faced hardship in their past life in order to become who they are now. Even Steve Jobs has his own inspirational story. No story is the same as others, and I guarantee many of you here would like to know either of these panel story. So Miss Iliani, what was the story that inspired you to become an international ambassador in this challenging field?
Hi. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Raja. For me, everyone has inside of them a piece of good news. The good news is that you do not know how great you can be, how much you can love, what you can accomplish, and what your potential is. I believe that one of the courageous things you can do is to identify yourself, know who you are, what you believe in, and where you want to go. There is a quote said, if you do not feel it, flee from it. Go where you are celebrate, not merely tolerate. There is no perfect fit when you are looking to the next big thing to do. Sometimes you just have to go for it. You have to take opportunity and make it fit for you rather than other way around. It was opportunity that bring me where I am now. For me, I believe that it is not that the field is challenging that is matter, but it is the challenging journey that counts. Because no matter how challenging the field is, when we feel empowered in our own abilities, connected to web of connection and possibilities, then only we aspire to be what we have seen. Throughout my journey, I was exploring and trying to figure out different areas of this field. I was doing as much as I could with my studies, trying to see what part of nuclear science do I like the most. Then I really found I liked nuclear security during my master's study. I was then doing research work on nuclear security and really think that this is what I want to stick with. So I kept messing with it. I thought, okay, I'm going to start getting a bit more involved in this. Coincidentally, one of my lecturers indirectly introduced WINS to me. He actually suggests me to self-study and explore more using WINS resources for my research. I become a member and took the certification program. When I came back next year for good, I was just like, okay, I'm going to continue staying more involved. I decide to start looking for any opportunities so I can contribute to my home country, as it is what the scholar asked us to do once we finish our studies and training in Bangkok. Sadly, I couldn't find any. However, I just do not want to stop. I then enrolled to UM and luckily my application was succeed. At the same time, I was lucky enough that I got a chance went to Vienna for an event. After that experience, I was getting excited. Wins are really going to be cool. For your information, WINS stands for World Institute for Nuclear Security, is a non-governmental membership organization headquarters in Vienna, Austria. They are professional institute that committed in building an international of nuclear security professional. And they are working closely with the IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency. WINS provide equal opportunity for everyone regardless their background, field, or experience. Through WINS and its platform, I have been able to get involved further in this field. Because of passion, opportunities, knowledge empowerment, and endless possibility with professionals and experts from whom I can learn, I decide to become WINS ambassador so that I can bring the benefit to others who have been not yet reached. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ilani. Alright, everyone, take note, okay? WINS wins, okay? For those who are interested in nuclear security. Okay, thank you, Miss Ilani, for that inspirational story. I hope that everyone is inspired by her story as well. So as everyone can see, Miss Ilyani didn't let the idea of it being challenging as a challenge. Rather than she focused on her journey one day at a time and always maintained empowered and interested in that field. That way, as there are new challenge, she will do whatever it takes to overcome it. As long as you stay interested, you will always be excited to face new challenges. She also pointed out to never miss out an opportunity, just like the WINS. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay, STEM is not about reading from textbooks or memorizing facts and formulas. STEM is about doing. It's about helping students to develop deep understanding of science, technology, engineering, and maths, and giving them ample opportunities to apply that learning. Creativity, communication, and innovation are essential pillars of this journey. How can we ignite? My question is, how can we ignite more STEM talent among the future STEM leaders? I'm going to let Mr. Katie answer this one. Mr. Katie?
Thank you, Brother Raja. So, first we have to get the idea of STEM itself. It is a idea creating platform. Whatever we see today in our daily lives, are actually incorporated with STEM. For example, the laptop, this MX software, or in the new norms, sanitizer, mask, everything are incorporated with STEM. People actually they have to apply all these four components of STEM in order to create something when it comes to our daily life. So, in order to ignite the STEM talents from our STEM future leaders, we must first open for ideas. We should allow them to imagine. We should allow them to have imagination, and also not put a barrier for their imagination. As per Albert Einstein quoted, the true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. We should able to imagine a better life for the future, and that idea of imagination can be brought to life by the future leaders. For example, when there was this handphone era, the normal keypad handphone, no one actually thought that this keypad was going to be disappeared one day until Steve Jobs brought this idea that instead of having a keypad, why not we demolish this keypad idea and bring in an interactive screen idea. So in this kind of ideas we need in order for this future future development of this world itself, and imagination is the allowing future leaders to imagine a better future is what we can do to ignite STEM talents. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Giti. Yes, I agree with you 100%. I see that the possibilities are endless, and the only thing that can stop it is reality. So, like you said, we should encourage more out of the box ideas, even if it doesn't make sense sometimes. But every dream, you can make it into a reality as much as you want it. So we just have to push ourselves to the limit to find it. Okay, what about for the future STEM leaders themselves? Surely they must have worked hard on their own in order to succeed in this field, as it involves various aspects of technical and soft skill. My next question is for Miss Iliani. Miss Iliani, what do you think are the important STEM skill set needed? Miss Iliani?
Oh, sorry. Okay. The world is rapidly changing, so anything that been repeated will be automated. That means the job for human will be more creative. It's not how big the change going to be. It is the type of change that are occurring. Particularly, what we really need are the ability to working in teams and communicating with others, problem-solving skill, literacy and numeracy, creative and critical thinking, as well as digital literacy. We need to be able to show that we can approach a situation, understand it, identify the problem, and importantly, come up with the solution. Thomas Edison was once asked on how he could continuously work on trying to develop the electrical bulb, even after thousand times of failure. His response was simply that he did not fail once, but he found thousand ways that did not work. So, perseverance is incredible if given an opportunity to showcase it. Fundamentally, in the future, where AI and advanced technology are changing the way we think about, it is our ability to work with those technologies and everyone else that help us move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Annie. As everyone can see, there's a lot of aspects you have to gain and a lot of skills you have to gain in the STEM field. And personally, To me, whatever that is that can make you a better person, that is a good STEM skill set already. As we all know, many are affected due to this pandemic condition, and we should ever be grateful of the source of income we have right now. But let's say this pandemic ends soon, and we will go back to our normal lives. What will be waiting for us, the STEM leaders? So my final question, I would like to ask Dato' Noraini. Dato', what is the future job opportunities for these STEM talents? Take it away, Dato'. Dato', you're on mute.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, our moderator. There's also similar question being posed in the from the YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
People wondering, it's tough to study in the in nanotechnology. It's tough to study in the aviation and so forth. But the fun, the how, what is it you want to do? What this must be coming out from us, especially now we are in the project under STEM ambassador. So the STEM ambassador here is not only, as I mentioned earlier, not only taking courses, but we must be working together with the parents, with our younger students. Why did what type of jobs they're going to do if they are doing this STEM's education in the mathematics or in the science? So is there a job? Yes, there's a lot of job outside there. So for instance, STEM and agriculture. We can, but of course, we some people said, oh, doing STEM, doing all this, you involved with a lot of dirty places you deal a lot of you are not famous, but you can make it famous. You can make your jobs as an STEM agriculture, make it famous, make it fun, make it so. And then for instance in aquaculture, how aquaculture for instance, so how you want to make it fun, because in Malaysia we have a lot of all these natural resources that we can venture into. There's a lot of career. So the only thing is that now when we are in a classroom, or we are in the lecture hall, or when we are talking with amongst our colleague, we mustn't just explore the normal career that available now. We have to explore
More.
how do we want to do it in more fun, more passionate, just like in Singapore. Some of their school children, they are already doing their assignment designed by the industry and the lecturers and the teachers. So they come out with some apps. So some of these apps, they come out while they learn the curriculum design at the school level. They also use all this concept to be applied to come out with some prototypes of products, or some innovation, or some apps. So at the end of the day, all these STEM talent in Singapore, they has come out with some patent product that they are able to commercialize it. And some of them, even though they are in school level or at the university level, they are already a millionaire, because some of them sell off their patent, right? Or they themselves come out with a startup. So the career is there. So how that we want to inculcate whatever we have learned at the school level or at the university, to make sure that like what Iliani was saying just now, the teamwork is very, very important. The communication skill, how you want to sell your ideas so that the industry will buy it. the government will buy it, to help. So this is the future STEM talents we are looking for. This is the I mean, like there's a tuition teacher asking here. So they said the student very scared doing on mathematics, on science. They don't see the STEM career. The STEM career is everywhere. It's the only things that how do you link it? Whatever you are teaching, for instance, you are teaching tuition on chemistry, so you can link up to food processing, a healthy food processing, in the sense that the content of the food, what is it to make sure that when we eat the food is healthy, is nice, and then when they open up a restaurant, they come out with a unique and patented or a trademark pau, for instance, or keropok leko, for instance. So these are the things that while we're teaching the chemistry or whatnot in the classroom, we have to link up the career outside there. But if you are teaching just merely the concept of balancing equation, so they don't see where do I use this balancing equation? Where do I use this hydrogen, nitrogen? How do you use this? So this is where now this 21st century learning, we have to link whatever theory we are teaching, whether we are in the kindergarten, whether we are in primary school, whether we are in secondary school, whether in universities, everything, the concept, we have to link what can they apply in everyday life. I have visited Japan. I visited their kindergarten, because I like to see from cradle to career. So the kindergarten, that every morning, they don't come and sit in the classroom and, just follow the teacher saying 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they started off by feeding the animals. They have chicken there, they have rabbits, they have, so all these 3 to 5 years old, with the leftover food from home, they make it with the help of the teacher, then they feed all this chicken. Then they learn, they hold it. Some of the children scared to hold chicken, but a little bit senior than them help them. Then the teachers will be linked up whatever they are doing, and then also to love animals, and then to rear animals in the future. So this is the way forward of learning that to develop the STEM talent in Malaysia. Similarly, in the universities, we cannot be doing those were the days that why every time we just copy PowerPoint from the lecturer, and then at the end of the day we exam, we'll throw back the same content or maybe less than that, and then we get an A. So that's no longer now, especially now in this pandemic season. So it's the new normal, new way of learning. These are the things that we have to incorporate, the learning of science concept and to develop. And then, for instance, like Iliana is in the specialized in what just now? Iliana?
Nuclear security.
Nuclear security. So what can you do to help? As a STEM ambassador here, come down to the school, share out. What's so fun with the STEM, with your nuclear security? What is it so fun? What is this nuclear? Because I remember some time ago, there's from agency nuclear came down to the school. They said, "What, you are making a bomb or what?" So they don't understand. But actually, nuclear can make plant grow faster. Betul tak, Ilya? Yeah.
Betul.
So this is the things that the STEM talent, we have to expose them, and then how they use gamma rays, in terms of to make in terms of agriculture, in terms of, yes, so this is the things that make the STEM talent more fun, more the concept will be linked with all whatever everyday life situation. And then I think our Rawan from UMS, you are specialized in legal
Technology multimedia.
Technology multimedia. Now it's an in thing. So people now, they let's say I don't want to do agriculture. It's very dirty work. So well, you can use artificial intelligence. Let the robot do everything on the field. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the technology, the things that the way forward. So whether you are tuition teacher, like what I saw in the question from the YouTube, whether you are, whatever you are doing that related to teaching of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, we must link, and then we must make it fun. And then another thing is that we cannot be like those were the days where once we graduate, we got a job waiting for us. No. Now we must inculcate prosumer in the sense that we must train our student, whether they're at school level or at the university level, to invent something. That's why you can work together across the discipline like in Singapore, like in Finland, they're already having a lot of startup, So, and then Vietnam now, because before the pandemic, I was having invited by United Nations talking about this startup various ASEAN country. So, my surprise, Vietnam is really well planned on their startup helping the STEM talent. So this is the way forward, the blend between the education, between the career, then the student will be having fun and they will see clearly, oh, I want to be a gamification engineer. I want to be a sound engineer. I want to be, in the agriculture. I want to be in the hydroponic. So there's a lot of jobs available there. Link up whatever they learn. But if we are teaching like those were the days, cannot. And then especially now online, we have to make it fun. We have to show, we have to bring all, like what we have a program with Singapore. We supply all those material earlier to the participant. So when we have the workshop, then they have already all the equipment, we can do it. So similarly, recently we are going to work also with UMS on the little scientists. So we have a lot of module already under Dr. Koni and the team. So in January, we'll showcase how the modules, the young children really enjoying this is the way forward on the STEM talents. So I pass to you back, our moderator.
Okay. Thank you, Dato'. Wow, that was very eye-opening even for me. Because I think most misconception for everyone is in the science field, they always relate to just the normal engineering, science, and then those normal occupation, but never thought of having such as agriculture. So it's really how the individual themselves create from what they learn. Correct, Dato'? Okay. As everyone can see, so it's not really the job that matters. It's really how you utilize what you learn. And the job opportunities, in short, yes, there will be more job opportunities for everyone since we're proceeding to the futuristic era. So more technology will be needed from you guys. Okay, thank you, fellow panels, for the insightful discussion. However, it is not the end of our session yet. As I promised, there will be a short Q&A session for the viewers here to ask the fellow experts. So you can write your questions down and we will go through one by one. Okay, first question. The first question will be from Kevin CCK Chin. I think our country has started the efforts to promote STEM for some years already, but there is still worrying decline in STEM enrollment. Why is this still happening? Any study to find out why? Thank you. Okay, Dato', can you answer this one? Dato', you still on mute. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Kevin, for your question. Good question. Yeah. As I said earlier, we cannot just rely on our teachers at school or our professors at the universities. We must work together to make sure that the decline is not happening further. Um, we must involve parent. Yeah, there's a lot of PTA at the school level, or even some of the universities also. Some of the parents also can, work together with the alumni from the respective university. Some of the parents also, they are in the STEM's career. So this is also, be the exemplar to talk at the school level, why they are doing this type of career, why, do we need this. Another thing is that the media, yeah, but I see now in TV there's a STEM Sasi organized by Astro. They're talking about all this new gadget, in the fun way. So this is very good. So I think now, in order to see, yes, there's several studies showing the decline, but we must work together to make sure that they like to take on these ideas on STEM, and of course the industry. The industry must come in to work hand in hand with the university, and also work hand in hand with the school. And then now, under National STEM Association and also University Malaya STEM Center, we are working closely with the Selangor State on mini theatre STEM, where don't mistaken the theatre there. We thought we are, just singing or acting out. No, we guide all these students to start invent or innovate something from a statement, from a problem. For instance, like now, pandemic, there's a lot, people need sanitizer. But maybe this particular group of students will invent hand sanitizer in their own way. How is it to, it won't affect in terms of the healthy for peoples or whatnot and so forth. Yeah. So, and then once they identify the stem on the problem, they invent innovation, and then they will present it by acting out all those invention. So what we have done since 2019, we also work closely with the industry. We see that all these B40 students are able to starting to love on science, mathematics, and technology. And then when we celebrate during the acting out on stage for the theatre STEM, a lot of their teachers cry to see that the student be able to, speak out on science and on related to their products that they are doing. And the judges also very impressed. We invite judges all from the industry that related to what are the invention. So this is the way forward, that to increase the number of students to like science. And then they must started to know from young what is agriculture. Let them play in the paddy field. Some of our kids, when I interview them, where do you get your chicken? They said from KFC. They don't know that the chicken must get from the egg and all these things. So they don't see it because they don't experience. They don't go and see. Whereas in Japan, in what I see in Finland, the children really do hands-on when they learn science, when they do mathematics. So we mustn't just even though now if we are doing online, we can still come out with egg properly here, and then with how did they transform into chicken and all these things. So the demonstration is there. So this is the things that then let them do also at home. So this is the things that the way forward we are teaching. And then I also ask them, where do you get your rice? They say from Yasmin. So this is the things that that make the decline in number of students in the classroom. Because they don't see how is all this related. But if they see it, wow, they can do it. So this is the way forward now. We have to change. And then policy of the country is very good. The education philosophy to produce a balanced children, in terms of academic, in terms of cognitive, effective, and the hands-on activity is very good. But the implementation, that's why all of us, especially our STEM ambassador, that our project of today, that we have been doing it since last year, make sure that all the ambassador think of something. You go down to the line. I've seen when I was in US, I also organized a young scholar project with a minority there. So we really enjoy it. We really go down and helps, with our STEM ambassador there, among our graduate students, go down in the group and helping the children in terms of learning of science and mathematics and also technology. And then we bring them to our university to see the lab, to have fun and all these things. And then like now, because of the CMCO, of course, we have to do a different way. But now they have a 3D video, all the sort of things. Use it. And then they can also, when they click, they can come out which portion of our heart, which portion of our organ. So use that. If it's in the poor, not poor states or poor district, we video it. Whatever we are doing, we video it and then we share. And then we can also do like hands-on activity, like a simple that available in our everyday life. I really enjoy looking at what UMS is doing, where they are doing on this all those layer of soil, and then how they want to plant vegetables and all this thing from stone, so the children are doing it, they are saying it, so the student is really enjoying learning all these stems, and they can speak. And then I really enjoy, they can speak English also now. So because some people said science must learn using mother tongue. Yes, but also we can't deny a lot of materials are in English. So I really enjoy seeing our little scientists from UMS. They really do a lot of works on modules that are encouraging students to hands-on, and then they can talk. I said, you must train the children from young to explain what they are doing. Why did I love mathematics? To some people, mathematics is so dry, only numbers, alphabets. Yeah, but why do I love? Because of my teacher last time. They don't teach me much, but they give me lots of problems in the class. All of us, not only me, in my class. And then after 20 minutes, we have to go to the front of the blackboard and we have to explain how do we solve the problem. And then all the problems is not only solving y is equal to 2x plus 1, y is equal to 2x, and then solve for x and y. No. From before we get the equation, we have to relate it with some of the business that we are doing. If we are doing a shoe business, what are the parameters? How do you form all this equation? So that's how I think, how I see it, mathematics in a beautiful way. And then we talk about infinite point is a straight line, So we visualize it, we talk, we argue out. So that's how the student and the teacher really like it. So this is how we not only get a good grade, but we can, the student will be able to pursue further. So the number of students in Malaysia will be able to do well in science and mathematics and so forth. So very good. And then I have also a mentee, Cikgu Hartini from Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sultan Ismail, Kelantan. I asked her, don't only teach science in the classroom, because last time no CMCO. So she brought the student to the river, to the sea, canoeing, and learn about density. So they float there and then learn. So this is the things that wherever possible, you change the way we are exposing our future talents in STEM. So like all our STEM ambassador here must work on think of something. You know, you don't just get your certificate. Raja Aiman is a STEM ambassador from UTM. I would say, so what? What's so great about you become STEM ambassador? So these are the things that all the STEM ambassador must relate to. What can you contribute now as a representative of the respective university to come down to help our country? Of course, now we cannot travel, but you can do it online. And then maybe you can look after 5 children from the school, or 5 children from your colleague at the university younger than you know. So then how you change the life of these people? So how did I, from young age, I also link mathematics with entrepreneur, because I got a lot of good mentor. I came from English College Johor Bahru. A lot of my senior are all tycoon, including Robert Koch and all these things. So I got opportunity to meet all these people, to listen how they're successful, and a lot of politicians also coming from English College. So these are the things that, as a STEM ambassador, you must, change, bring some vibrant into the, and then the teachers, whoever you are, bring some changes. We are the game changer lah, to this world, especially in terms of STEM, in terms of science. Then the number of people said, yes, I want to do it. That's what happened to SMK Sultan Ismail. No STEM center, now they have one classroom, turn it into STEM center. Every year when they open a STEM club, most of the kids want to do it because they see. So this is the role of all of us, especially the STEM ambassador. The ambassador words is huge to be presented for the whole country. We are from the public universities, and to make sure that we are selling the STEM talent here, and together with the parent, with the media, with the industry, then we can fly like Singapore, Finland, Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines. You talk to them, they are full of excitement over there, and China is forefront. So that's why under National STEM Association, I really like to bring everybody to see China way of doing, STEMs and so forth. Well, let's the bubble, the green bubble, the government open up for our traveling. Okay, back to you again, moderator.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. I think I can relate to that because I always enjoy watching backyard science when I was small. So it's more practical, and then so in other way I learn more. Okay, thank you, Doctor. Now we will proceed to the next question. Oh, we have a lot of questions. Okay, the next question will be from Noor Aisha binti Muhammad Noor. I have one question. I am a part-time as tutor. I always ask my students about their ambitions. They said they don't know how to develop ambitions towards STEM field. Okay, Mr. Katie, can you answer this one? How to develop ambitions towards STEM field?
Okay. First, as just now, Dr. Noraini said, we must first try to incorporate our studies with STEM. First, we need to understand that everything in this world is actually STEM incorporated. Contoh, if we, let's say, if it's a normal agriculture, how does STEM involves in it? Right now, there are technologies where the drones are actually spraying the pesticides instead of people going on by one and then doing the pesticide work, which is actually STEM because people use the science and maths and develop the technology and make an engineering work on it. So any ambition in this statement is actually a STEM ambition. There's no let's say this thing is STEM and this thing is not STEM. Everything is actually under STEM. But how do we actually tell the people that everything is incorporated with STEM is the challenger, and is how do we how ourselves we see it as STEM the is the uh, is the point here. So when we say how to develop ambitions towards STEM field, any ambition is under STEM. So uh, we should first make the STEM discipline itself as a fun event instead of a normal biology class, physics class. It should be fun instead of a boring normal class.
I see. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. KT. I think this question is you can relate this to the first question, is how you mix what you learn with what you have right now. Okay, and then we'll go on to the next question. By Faiz Parman. I am a science teacher at secondary school. I am planning to implement STEM activities and projects next year for my Form 1 until Form 5 students. What is the first step for me to take before I can do this? Miss Iliani, can you answer this one?
Okay. I think Datuk have answered it all because I think we can as a teacher you need to create a fun learning environment so that the student can do the hands-on activity so that they can get the skill rather than just the theory. I remember back then during my master, actually I have take I have took the subject during my degree, but I'm not really understanding. Uh, at in Bangkok, they're just a 1 week course. They're using a simple simulation program for kids, and I can understand the whole subject. So I think the first of all we need to integrate the content and knowledge so we can create the hands-on activity, fun learning study. I think that is how the teacher can start. Create the fun learning environment.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Miss Iliani. I think everyone can relate to this. I think we all prefer studying through practical activities rather than just all facts and theory. Okay, next question by Charlie Simon. STEM teaching can be costly when involving inventory and facilities as the exploration go further. How can we support the underprivileged schools or institutions in terms of financially capability? Can I have Dato to answer this question, Dato?
All right, thank you. I just like to add a little bit just now the question earlier by Faiz.
Yeah.
Faiz, you have a very good heart there to start. For next year, I suggest you can start with recycled materials. And then some of those materials that you need to buy, like virtual reality equipment or whatnot, then you can collaborate with the industry. You can also collaborate with us, National STEM Association, our secretariat at STEM Center. You can email to us, then we can work with you to help you also on that. Okay, back to the question just now. STEM teaching can be costly when involving facilities and so forth, So, but actually it's not. Back to STEM and agriculture just now. We can do hydroponics. So I have teach Tawau's 10 school in Tawau to do vertical garden, vertical agriculture where they use all recycled materials. the soil is available anywhere. And then the container, we used all plastic that been recycled. We cut it off, we put it in, and then we arrange nicely at the school wall and all this thing. Then they learn about how to do a good fertilizer. You know, what type of fertilizer you can do, what type of how do you mix, you know, your leftover food yesterday, and then mix with soil, and how you make a good fertilizer, and then how you plant it, and then how do you keep the water, and then you learn about photosynthesis there, you learn about fertilizer, and then you also learn about chemistry there. So you can start um, with recycled materials, you know. And then when we talk about drone, some we can only we can buy a simple motor, but the wing and everything we can use ice cream stick, you know. So this is the creativity. We don't think, oh, when we want to do STEM we have to buy expensive drone, 4,000 here, we have to buy this. Cannot, no. This is where as I mentioned earlier just now, the complex problem solving, we have to, what are the availability here, how do we do it, you know. And then some of the school now they make an arc where the crawler of plants crawler, kacang lah, kacang hijau, kacang panjang lah, apa ditanam, and then they now they can sell, you know, the school children sell to the teacher about their whatever. While they learn how they produce a very good kacang panjang or terung or whatnot and thing in a new way of planting agriculture. And then we also have aquaculture, you know, like UMS, UPM also. They have a lot of aquaculture and all these things, plankton, you know, so they can learn what are the poisonous plankton, what are the by swimming or by, you know. So there's a lot of material outside there. Bring it. You can use recycled materials. You can explore what's nearby your school and bring it in. And then you can also make some learning kits. Learning kits. You can buy a very, you know, a small little Tupperware. Then inside there you can put the wire, the bulbs, and whatnot for your you know, when you want to connect parallel lights or you know, or series light, how they bounce and all these things. And then you can also use fruits, whether fruits can give a good energy or not. So there's a lot of things there. Don't just buying, don't just waiting from people to give us the money, you know. So this is yes, there are some very expensive. We have to work with partner with the industry. The industry, their CSR can come down to the school and guide us. And some of those we can do it without you know, a lot of financial needed. Similarly in the universities too, you know, we can partnering with a lot of big industry. So from there you'll be able to come out and help them. But of course there must be a win-win situation. We cannot just receiving from industry without giving them some knowledge or some activity, unless it's under CSR. Yeah. So I think let's open up our mind. And then I also like to appeal all the STEM ambassador that has signed up with all the 20 public universities. This is the time for you to come down and help all these needy, so that they be able to do it, to have to see that what is really chemistry is not just memorizing periodic table, you know. So you know, you learn about alcohol group and mix with metal group or whatnot. No, it's not that. But what can all this periodic table guiding you for your everyday life? Then the student, you know, you make simple learning kits, simple learning modules. This is the preparation if you want to do your STEM center at your school next year. You know, then with this pandemic, you can do online. And then some of the students without the internet, sometimes the internet is slow, maybe you can record it. And then they can play, you know, whenever they are free using, you know, certain other equipment. I think Rawan can help me on that, how to help, so that all this underprivileged kampung area can, with your technology knowledge just now, how, all these students will be able to see beautiful about science, biology, agriculture, fish. The fish scale, you can make collagen, you know.
Oh,
So I have one researcher when I was a DVC at UPSI. So Prof. Ismail, he invented collagen from fish scale, and he sold it, to one of the hospital, 2.7 million. So it's all, So
it's all
this,
about
yeah,
DIY.
yes, a lot of money, a lot of, if the STEM talent can be developed. No, it's not only thinking of high impact or complex of technology. No, it can be from simple. You know. So this is the things that we should be working. We should be excitement about this, and then STEM ambassador must come down and help, because I see a lot in US. They really a group of STEM ambassador every year. They have continuously helping. And then the nuclear Iliani must come down. People thought you are making a bomb, but actually, actually,
I will try.
speed up. You want to speed up, grow. Why not? Plants, and then the flower, how beautiful. So a lot of things there. So you must come down and tell people.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Back to
Alright.
you, moderator.
Okay, doctor. Thank you. So we have a lot more questions. So for the panels, try to make it short so we can answer
Okay.
all the questions. Okay.
All right.
All right. Next question will be from Tengku Sarah. As a university student, how can we implement STEM in our learning in order to ease and make the learning more fun? So I think Mr. Katie can answer this one.
Thank you, Brother Raja. So, as a university student, we first must, in order to know how to ease our learning and make the learning more fun, we must know how is it incorporated with STEM. For instance, my technology and multimedia program, it's incorporated with STEM that I can, in this pandemic situation, I can make a fun learning online platform for STEM. In the process, I am helping the STEM talents to learn about STEM, and also I'm helping myself in order to uh, expand my knowledge in my own course. So in that order, first we need to know how our own course is related to the STEM discipline. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Katie, for that one. I hope he answers your question to Kusara. Okay, for the next question, it will be by Haley Haliana. Saya ingin berkongsi di sini. Di kampung saya, ibu bapa tidak melihat kerjaya dalam STEM sebagai kerjaya yang membawa kelangsungan dalam kehidupan. Adalah lebih baik sekiranya ibu bapa mempunyai asas STEM. Adakah? Okay. I think this question is asking if it's important to have a basic STEM knowledge from the start. Okay, Miss Iliani, can you answer this one?
I think yes, because like maybe because our life is all about STEM. So the parents, maybe they can start by the simple thing. Teach the kids the simple thing, like how like Datuk said, we can start by bring the kids to how to say, we just try to plant some vegetables. It is all STEM. Or maybe if you want to uh, develop if you can see the potential career, like if you like, you can go to, I think like we can bring the kids to uh, fire what fire station.
Mm-hmm.
The firemen, they can show them how to use the fire engine. Even in bomber, we do have STEM background, because in bomber we have hazmat. So I think it's all about STEM.
Okay,
Our life is basically STEM.
I
So
see. Okay, thank you, Miss Ilani. I think even in the rural areas, in the kampong, STEM is still also related in there because of the construction of the houses, the farm and such. So all is still relating to STEM. So uh, it is good that actually your for Haley Haliana, I think your parents already have the STEM basic, but maybe they just haven't seen it already. Okay, so for the next question will be Alvin Sebastian. I am a university student. I volunteer to teach STEM to school students. Can anyone please help suggest a good technology to teach young students Internet of Things and STEM? Okay, I'm going to let this one answered by Doctor.
Okay, I also like to have Hali question just now. Adakah lebih baik sekiranya ibu bapa mempunyai asas STEM? I think it's good. So we can also have parent talk. As a STEM ambassador, we can go down to the kampung area or whatnot, and balai rakyat there, and then share what you people undergo on the uh, science technology, and then what is your as a parent. And I'm sure, I don't know whether your parent also like Ravan, is your parent also in the technology?
No, doctor.
Then how do you like the technology?
Self self learning.
But is your father or your mother know or against it or encourage you?
Uh, Neutral. I can say they are neutral
Okay, all
on this.
right. So, but after you have joined the courses, you explain to them, they support, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this is the role of all of us, the STEM ambassador, to guide, to also share with the parent what's so fun of all your courses. Then all parents can start sharing with other people's. Yeah. Okay. Now they said you want to do Internet of Things, the in thing now, the technology now. Yeah. People are sharing on coding, on robotics and all these things. So all these we can we you know we, if we don't have the capability on the IoT or the internet or the coding whatnot, we can, as I said just now, we can work and approach industry, or we can also approach university lecturers to come in to help. So it's not necessarily we must know everything. No, because like I also don't know anything about medical and everything. So I will invite people that specialize in that area to come to help us to talk and to share. There are also some recycled materials being used on this coding, on this IoT and so forth, for the underprivileged area and so forth. So, but once in a while, I'm sure there are some industry will be able to come down and share to all the students. And now they don't have to come; they can save money. They can do online, or they can record it and share with our student. So I think it's no issue, or no you are not able to do it. Yes, everything now with this technology, we can do it. We can, but there are certain area now no more CMCO. I mean, you can bring the industry, but of course in a small number of students, with the social distancing and the mask and everything. So, but these are the things that we need to change. We mustn't be sitting down among us. So now those audience here know STEM Ambassador Secretariat at STEM Center and National STEM Association. We have a lot of pakar. Even some of our experts, they are doing a lot of this equipment tracing COVID-19 from the shoe that after shopping mall or whatnot, we can just stand on their design and everything. They can detect whether our shoe brought in the COVID germs or whatnot, and then they can send out the information straight away to the hospital, or all this now available at most of the public universities and also some private universities. So with now we have STEM ambassador at the public universities. We must be able to use and utilize our people. And the STEM ambassador, you must come down and share your expertise also to all these people, so that more people, and then the number will be increased to like on STEM, on science, and this thing. All right. Pass you again to
All
moderator.
right. Okay, thank you, Dato'. Okay, I think that will be the last question for this session due to time constraint. Okay, thank you, fellow panels, for the insightful discussion. So, before we end this session, I would like to invite Doctor to give a short conclusion of this whole STEM dialogue session.
Okay. All right. So, thank you very much. We have a lot of talented speaker here. Ravan from UMS with their technology, and then Ileana in the specialized in the nuclear, and then Aiman, what is your specialization?
I would say programming, but I also do art sometimes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, arts is also part of science. That's why people not only call it STEM, they call it STEAM lah, stream lah, So we have to blend. And then when you do arts, you are related to geometry. Yeah? Geometry is mathematics. So mathematics is part of STEM. So as I said just now, STEM is not for people hardworking, people only staying in the lab. No, you can still, together with beautify your arts, and then beautify your music. Now also music needs a lot of good, lyrics, good, the sound, everything is, it make it, learning STEM is beautiful. So this is the things that the way forward on the STEM ambassador project. We want a lot of people to see that STEM is huge. STEM is everywhere in this world. And then wherever we are, whether we are in the kampong, whether we are in the rural area, whether we are in town, or whether we are in urban, all have their own uniqueness, all have their own specialization. There's a job everywhere. But the only thing is that as a citizen of Malaysia, the youth of Malaysia, and the students, we must be seeing what we learn in the classroom. The theory must be applied in everyday life. And we have to see the uniqueness. And then what is this for? What sounds so great? The nuclear here. What is it? But actually, nothing serious, And then you can see how beautiful they can mix the flower, right now, Ileana. So it's beautiful. You can do it. So all these unique ideas, you can sell it. And then we need, as I mentioned earlier, we need more prosumer. We don't want customer. We don't want people go shopping and buy only. We want people to produce, and also then we sell it back. Just like recently, Nescafe, Nestle, they plant the coffee here in Malaysia, right? So they have produced a coffee Malaysia now. So these are the things that the way forward of STEM, we want a lot of people involved in science, mathematics, technology, and engineering. Then we make our Malaysian more healthier, more jobs. And then when we want to make a food or jam or curry laksa, we make a curry laksa, a healthy curry laksa. And then a balance, the calorie is balanced, the vitamin inside there is balanced by putting certain ingredients of our own STEM talents inventor. So this is the way forward. We should be having also entrepreneurial mindset, so then you don't worry about the job. Even though you are first class honors also, yes, I got a business already behind me. I'm a millionaire now, so I can employ people. I also now instead my STEM talent, I have be able to develop a STEM talent to bring to create job for other people. So how beautiful is it, right? Not so you don't miserable staying at home. Nobody want me. I'm a first class honor, but nobody want me. It's not that. We are the one that have to change our mindset, become prosumer and become entrepreneur. So with that, thank you very much. I pass back to Raja Aiman.
Thank you, Dato. I totally agree with that, Dato. Okay, as time is now on our side now, we have reached at the end of our session. Participants are reminded to fill in the registration form to receive your certificate, and don't forget to participate in the upcoming fun-filled activities provided by UM. Again, I would like to thank the panels for sharing your thoughts and everyone for joining our discussion. I hope you enjoy this session, and I hope this has inspired you to become more interested in this STEM talent. Again, I would like to apologize for any inconvenience throughout this event, and with that, wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.